Welcome back to Tomorrow's Leader Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. And please don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and also click that notification bell so that you can get all upcoming videos. Today's topic, we're going to talk about our captains and leaders. I need everybody to step forward. Please step forward, captains and leaders. I need you at the front of the room, and I'm going to tell you why. I have to salute you all with all of the current affairs that's going on right now. Many of you that some will look to as a captain has stepped into the role as a leader. And I'm going to explain that to you later on in the video, because there's one that happened in particular where a captain had to step into place and take the lead. But guys, what I want to do is I want to basically get everybody on the same page to where they understand exactly the difference between a captain and a leader, because there is a difference within that definition of the two. The definition of a captain is the person in command of a ship, aircraft, or sports team. The definition of a leader, the person who leads or commands a group, organization, or a country. All right. So now, the reason Coach provided the definition, because like I said before, I just want you guys to understand there is a difference in the two, because I've heard the word, I want to be a leader, for my team and do this. But, the leader more so would be the coach. And in this instance, I'm going to give the example of how a captain had to turn into a leader. Student athletes, be aware, because you may yourself have to step into that leader role when the leader is not capable of doing the job, or somehow slip up and mismanage something in the manner in which it caused an uproar. Like I said, as a captain, or a teammate, like I said, you look for the coach for guidance. As I stated, captains look to the leader for guidance. The leader is going to provide the game plan that's going to be facilitated to the captains, and the captains are going to take that game plan and pursue it with the rest of the team. In this one instance, it didn't happen that way. It's many instances like that all the time. Like I said, student athletes, you must be aware who your leaders and captains are, because in particular situations, they may not lead. I'm sure many of you are aware of Coach Gundy wearing the OAN t-shirt, the head coach for Oklahoma State University. And that made a lot of players uncomfortable with seeing him with that t-shirt on, with the current affairs that are going on right now around the country. The most beautiful thing that occurred was the star running back for Oklahoma State University stepped up and he spoke his mind, especially with how sensitive things are right now amongst everyone around the country. He let his feelings be, known as far as what that shirt represents. And, Coach, I don't know if he really knew or if he just really didn't care. But people have to start now being held a little bit more accountable for the things that they do. And a lot of times most leaders, because they know they are the leader, feel that what's going to come of it? There's nothing really going to come of it. I just, we can brush it underneath the rug and everything is fine. Well, Mr. Hubbard stood his ground on it. And as a captain, he spoke up and he said that he wasn't willing to do anything with the college until he sees change. And I mean, many of you out there have to be willing to step up, stand up, and let that be known. Because until you do, things are going to continue to remain the same. And the same thing happens out there on the field of play. Guys, many of you go out there on the field, you're putting your best foot forward, and you have, you have disagreements, you have misunderstandings amongst one another. But you being a captain, you're taking the game plan that's provided and getting everyone, corralling everyone together to come and facilitate that plan. Sometimes that plan is not facilitated the way it's supposed to. Or sometimes a change may need to be made, but people are afraid to open their mouth and say something. Mr. Hubbard, he wasn't afraid to speak his mind and say what he felt. And what I want you to understand is you guys have to understand that so many times in the past, when it came time for a student athlete to take his place as a leader, they stepped aside because they didn't want the pressure. Understand one thing, guys. When these colleges and universities recruit you to become a part of their organization, that is part of the duty. Because you have to understand, there's one thing, and for certain, I want you to keep in mind at all times. There's always a set of eyes on you. And I know you've heard me say this in just about every video I've produced thus far. There's always a set of eyes on you watching what you're doing, watching what you're listening to, what you're saying, watching you in the classroom, watching you in the community. They're watching you on the field, watching your body language, just watching everything. Guys, it's like you're under a microscope. Matter of fact, here's my microscope right now. Got you under a microscope. Is that you? Hey, let me look and see what he's doing. Okay, he's not moving quite right. Okay, whoa. Yes, you're under a microscope, guys. And again, Coach Gundy, he didn't lead the team this time. Guess what? When a leader fails, you lose trust. When you lose trust amongst the team, your captains begin to see things that may not be what it really is. But that, in turn, is now passed down to the team. And when that happens, guess what? The leader lost complete control of the team. Like I said before, guys, leadership doesn't start just on the field of play. It's a 24-hour job. And I hope many of you, waiting for your turn to be recruited, take advantage of what's before you. Like I said, guys, when you go on these recruiting trips, you have to understand that not only are you recruiting the school, not only are you interviewing the school, but you're interviewing that coach. Don't fall in love with the school. Fall in love with the school. Don't fall in love with the coach. Because just like Coach Gundy did here, let the team down. So now I wonder how many young men or young women, for that matter, that was considering going to that college or that university, say, hey, this is not the one for me. Hold people to a higher standard the same way that they hold you to that same standard. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to leave you with a quote from John Wooden. A player who makes a team great is more valuable than a great player. Remember that, because great players come a dime a dozen. But that guy that makes the team great, you don't know where they're coming from. It could be you. It could be the guy standing next to you. It could be the guy 3 or 4 people over from you. You don't know until you know. But in this instance, Mr. Hubbard was that great teammate. He made the team great by making a statement and just not standing back and allowing something to be swept under the rug or turning a blind eye to it. It's just another nugget for you to have as you go through this recruiting process. Because like I said, guys, in the coming days and weeks, you're going to see more and more things become more exposed to you. And you got to decide if that's something that you want to deal with throughout your collegiate career as you continue your career playing collegiate sports, or are you looking to do something different to where something is more manageable and, something is more relatable to you, not manageable, but more relatable to how you are, your feelings, the way that, you do things, and, everything's going to be a happy meeting. It's going to be a happy marriage. But like I said again, guys, if you like the content, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification button. And again, please share the content. We are continuing to grow. I'm looking to do something for once we get to 250 subscribers. I'm going to do something fantastic for the channel. I'm going to go ahead and do a giveaway of some sort. We'll figure it out at the time. But hey, let's continue to keep growing. But guys, like I said before, be that one and lead.